Loss, written by Skyanne Benjamin. The following was written a couple of years ago, just before Tyler and Skyanne were reunited. It is an account of the day tragedy separated them for more than 140 years and forced Skye to move from her home in the desert Southwest to New Orleans. July 1871. The compound was safe, always safe. We spent the day celebrating. Ty had spoken to my sisters, had told them how things were with us. Both packs were pleased. My gift had been discovered, and it was a good one. Ty and I were to be mated. Even though we had no beach, we loved to pretend out in the desert, gathered around a bonfire, staring into the flames and sharing both stories and the whiskey that the men had made. Yes, it was outside the safety of the compound, but we couldn't spend our entire lives inside those walls, as beautiful as they were. Our animal natures were meant to be outside, running free. So we took our celebrations here. We had all gone out to the bonfire, then Ty and I had ghosted away by ourselves. While loving the acceptance and support of our families, we'd been surrounded all day and were itching to stretch our legs in a good long run that would ultimately end up with us spending some time together out under the desert stars, stars lighting up the sky like diamonds. My sister, with her gift of mind reading, saw our plans and tried to use her influence to keep us there, but Ty just smiled and implanted in her the thought that, yes, a run was a great idea. I wish I had known. I've lived out that night over and over in my thoughts. Different variables, what I could have done, or if Ty had been there to make the other's powers more potent at his whim, or hell, faked an emergency back at the compound to get them all back into safety. But when the humans struck, Tyler and I were lying flat on our backs, gazing into the heavens, dreaming about our future together. Not really sure what alerted us, a subliminal hearing or sensing, maybe. A quick exchange of glances and we shifted, our wolf and panther forms getting us back to the bonfire as quickly as we could run. When we got there, I couldn't comprehend what I saw. Men cheering, drinking the whiskey we had brought out for ourselves. The horror was at their feet. Both packs mutilated, slaughtered, all dead. My family and Ty's. No evidence of the daywalkers, but that meant nothing. If they had been staked, the dust would have blended into the desert sands. The alliance between them and the packs had been tenuous at best. The enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing. Before I could react in any way, Ty had one arm around my waist to hold me back, the other covering my mouth to keep me from crying out. I shook with the effort to get to them, fighting his hold as hard as I could. Skye, be still. There are too many. Even with our claws and fangs, there are too many. I didn't care. I had to get to them, even though I already knew they were all dead, and there's nothing I could do, nothing I could do to help them. The sight of these men, these humans, glorying in their deaths burned inside me like ice-cold flames. They came with guns, silently, their scent hidden, and before the packs knew what was happening, they opened fire. That was obvious in the way the bodies fell, strewn about where only moments before they'd been celebrating. It was all Ty could do to drag me away, bringing me back to the compound. Finally there he let me go, and I screamed out my anguish to the night over and over again until, finally spent, I collapsed, Ty's arms holding me, keeping me from falling to the ground. We spent the night there, right there at the base of the stairs to the manse, until the sun rose. Not sleeping, just staring hopelessly at the specter of life without our families. When the first rays of the approaching dawn came over the mountain, Tyler turned to me and finally spoke. I have their scents, each and every one of them. I'm going to destroy them, but I can't do it unless I know you're safe, Sky. I need you away from here." He held up his hand as I started to whisper a protest, my voice virtually gone from crying, then continued, "I can't worry about you while I do this, Sky. I need you to go and pack. You're leaving here, now. They mustn't be able to get to you while I do this." I wanted to argue, and if I hadn't been so grief-stricken and exhausted, I might have done so. At that point, however, I just had no fight left in me. I turned and ran up the stairs to do as he demanded. We buried what we could of our loved ones, and when it was done, he wrapped me in his arms. "I'll find you, baby. You know I will. I'll be there as soon as I can. I love you. Stay strong. Remember always, you are mine." He kissed me then, putting me in the carriage, and in the back everything I could take with me. Then he walked away. I don't know how long it took to get here to New Orleans. I really don't remember the trip at all. But I'm here now, and I'm waiting. I know he'll come when he's finished, but I've waited so long. I ache for him.